our segment Prime Playlist Shuffle, where we sit down with the artists who are transforming the music industry, unapologetic and confessional, while at the same time weaving hypnotic beats with diary-like lyrics. 22-year-old Alessi Rose is bringing a fresh energy to the world of pop. In 2023, she released her first song, Say You're Mine, which earned more than 40,000 views in just 1 week. The singer-songwriter isn't afraid of being real and raw when it comes to love, lust, and longing. And on the deluxe version of her new EP, Voyeur, Alessi Rose combines a larger-than-life vision with personality for music with a story. We got the chance to sit down with her to talk about her rise to fame and her single, First Original Thought.
You had your first original thought, and it hit you like a freight train. God, it must be hard having your first original thought. But you'll always be you, and I'll be a star.
Alessi Rose, kind enough to join us in studio. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I want to actually pick up on that song,
Yeah.
First Original Thought. Talk to us about how a guy coming back to you for closure ended up creating this hit song.
I know. It was funny. It had been a long time. I was spending a bit of time in LA. I'm not from America, I'm from England. And I was in LA having a very peaceful, fun time writing songs. It was the day of my first LA show at Moroccan Lounge. And yeah, I got a message being like, oh, I just kind of want to meet up for some closure. And I was like, it's been a year. You should have a new girlfriend by now. You shouldn't be coming to me. I'm good. And then, yeah, that kind of just inspired this kind of sarcastic conversation with Amy and Blake, who I was writing with. And we just kind of came up with this jokey song that ended up being one of my favorites I've made. And I was
Let's talk about the upcoming release of your deluxe EP, Voyeur. Give us a sense, because you have 3 additional songs, what that kind of adds to the overall picture.
So Voyeur came out in July, and we've got Voyeur Deluxe coming out in November. And I think these new 3 songs, First Original Thought included, they're way more poppier. It's kind of leaning down this very pop route, but equally I feel like the lyrics are very... They dig a little bit of like the uncomfortable parts of your personality, and it's kind of, for me anyway, it's like the things that you're most guilty about or shameful about, but kind of like leaning into them and embracing them.
How do you go about, because really a lot of your lyrics are confessional, if you will. How do you go about deciding what you're willing to share? Is there a line between what you're like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this private, but this everybody will be able to relate to, this is, as you say, something that you would talk to your girlfriends about?
I think I've always been a very like oversharing person since the start, and I think the fun thing about people who listen to my music is they've kind of been aware of me since, you know, writing songs in my bedroom and having kind of no music out, no kind of music industry per se around me, just being a girl in my bedroom. And they've seen the progression. So I think my honesty with regards to that has been something that's drawn us closer, but equally in terms of like what goes on in my life. And when there are exciting things going on in my life that I want to write about, or something that's really mundane and boring, but I want to make it fun. And I think that is something that I'm quite proud of. Not every day can be like a 10 out of 10. I'm doing the most insane things. I'm playing MSG. Like it's not every day is like that. Some days you're just going to the supermarket.
How do you go about defining yourself through the music and choosing the sound that you want out there?
I think my sound, the thing that always ties it all together for me is my voice, which is, you know, my literal voice, but equally like how I say things and how I write lyrics. Because I've always written all my lyrics. So it's kind of, I feel like that is the thing that holds it. But equally, like, it's nice to delve into different genres. First Original Thought is very disco-y. I grew up listening to Madonna and being such a huge fan of her. So it kind of was a nice way of, you know, dipping into that taste of mine. But equally, I've written things that are more grungy and more like an ode to rock music, and I've written stuff that kind of feels like a bit more like Kate Bush.
And you're currently on the North American leg of Tate McRae's Mispossessive tour. Give us a sense of what that's been like.
Insane. I played MSG 2 nights ago, which has obviously been something that, you know,
not many people can say.
Not many people can say that. It's a weird thing. When I woke up the next morning, I was like, I played MSG last night. That's a funny thing that I can say. But yeah, it was crazy. The whole tour has been wonderful. She is wonderful.
And now you're headlining your own tour, which kicked off last month. How are you balancing it all?
I'm just staying present, you know? There's so much going on. It's crazy. I haven't been home in so long. But I think truly for me, I didn't grow up knowing that this is possible. You know, I'm not like exactly someone who has like family in the music industry. No one in my family even plays a musical instrument. So me coming into this, like by the time I was 19, I hadn't even been in the studio. So I think all of this is so fresh and new to me that I'm like taking it all as it comes and being so excited by every step in the journey.
Thank you, Alessi Rose,
you
so
so
much for
much.
joining us. You can stream the deluxe version of her EP Voyeur on November 7th.